Happy Friday. It's day 5. I'm excited about day 5. I'm also excited to have the fashion police yet again at my house looking for my flares. I'm just also looking at the thing because Neve has just tagged me in a post about her assessment yesterday that says she had a testimonial from somebody who said that they came off of her call so excited, talked about the idea and that Neve was awesome. So exactly, that's absolutely amazing. That's exactly what those assessments should be used for, and that's exactly the kind of feedback you want, because then when you're bringing somebody into a discovery call, they've had a really, really powerful experience, it's been transformative, it's been amazing, and from their perspective, you are the best thing since sliced bread, which you obviously are. So it's a really, really positive kind of outcome for that. So well done, Neve. That's friggin' awesome. Okay, good. So today's day 5 and we are digging into something really exciting, which is all about sales copy, and particularly all about social media copy that actually works and is getting results. Because one of the things that I'm noticing coming up at the moment is that actually what's happening with people is that they are going and they're doing the posts and they're finding them difficult to structure. So one of the key ways, hello, speaking of you, Neve, bonsoir. Basically, one of the big things that does come up is that, sorry, Sam is currently chasing the dog around with a water bottle. Yeah, no, Neve, you'll just have to catch the replay. I mean, there's me waxing lyrical about how great you were and this awesome post you've just put up about this awesome assessment call, and you didn't even make it. I mean, don't turn up live, God. So today that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about how to actually send out an email to your list or craft a Facebook post that really converts. And I'm going to be doing something really exciting because I'm going to give you a sneak peek into what my own copy actually looks like. So because I'm so super prepared for this, I'm just going to click onto my screen and then I'm going to whiz you around so that you can see it, and we are all going to pretend that I didn't have to search for this in my own inbox. So there you go, this is the trick. If you're ever going to run a challenge live, make sure you do this bit beforehand and don't just spend your kind of 10 minutes before you go live having a cup of tea and chilling out. Okay, good. So here we are. Now I'm going to go through, we've got a real good close-up of my face there. I'm going to go through an email with you, and here is one, and I will show you it because I get an awful lot of emails back about this particular email, which talks about my Streamline Your Sales assessment. So this one is particularly popular. I get a lot of emails back. I've had a lot of emails back from people who've booked into the sales assessments from this particular email. So I'm going to go through the tactics and the email techniques that you need to use. Now obviously we're talking about how you can be booking more discovery calls each week. And so far we've gone through how to actually target your ideal client, so how to understand who you're talking to, what you want to sell to them, and how to demonstrate that in a message. Then you've thought about how you can add mass value in a 20-minute session, and how you can come across and talk to them, and how you can actually get them involved, and how you can turn that into a discovery call itself. And what we're going to do now is talk about the ways that you should be marketing that to your prospects and making that a really, really valuable prospect. Because let's face it, there's a whole bunch of us online. We're all advertising discovery calls. We're all advertising 20-minute assessments every single day. And so you'll find that if you haven't been as visible up until now, up until this point, that you're thinking, well, nobody's clicking on my thing, and that's because they don't know, like, or trust you just yet. So what we're having to do is build up that know, like, trust factor. And the easiest way to do that is to make sure that you're in regular contact with people, either on your email list and writing a really good email like we're about to talk about, or that you're regular in Facebook groups, but in a non-spammy way. So, you know, you really are going in there and consistently giving value, and you're showing up and you're supporting, you're showing up and you're sharing, and then in the evenings that's when you're showing and you're selling and you're talking about your discovery calls and your free 20-minute assessments. So In terms of Neve, yeah, hurrah for replays. That is all I can say. I mean, I just wish that there was an option to edit the replays, because I definitely brush my hair before I went live on anything. That would be my only consensus. So, in terms of the email marketing, and for anybody that has a list, this is going to be useful immediately. For anybody that doesn't have a list, you're going to still use this copy technique in the same way. Okay, so you'll still be using exactly the same copy technique. But in terms of how you mark out to your email list about a free 20-minute assessment or a discovery call, you need to be doing a couple of things a week. And I know that email marketing doesn't seem like a necessarily popular option always, but actually the easiest way to email your list and make sure you're building a regular relationship with them, but not spamming them, is to make sure that you're emailing them once to twice a week. Okay, now I'm horrendous at this, and my list, if anybody's on my list, you'll know that I get round to an email once a week. But the optimum number of emails that you can actually send is 2. So you send one solo mailer, which is something that asks them to just do one action. And in this case, it's going to be to book a call with you. So it's going to be to book either your 20-minute assessment, or it's going to be to book that discovery call. And then you also send out a newsletter. And your newsletter is something that is genuinely informative, that isn't looking for a sales pitch, that doesn't contain anything that you need them to buy, but that is a pure relationship building email. So it's just sent out every week to kind of let your list know what you're up to and give them some love. You know, that's what we're really looking for in the bit. So let's look at how we do this. Now, there are 3 things that you need to remember when you are either creating that email or when you are crafting a Facebook post that is asking for that call to action. In this case, obviously the call to action is the discovery call or the 20-minute session. Now, you've got to make it clear. That's the first thing. So there is a really kind of overused saying in our industry that you want to be clear, not clever. Now, that's it's not necessarily true. It's not that you can't be clever in your emails. It's not that you can't, you know, get your grammar right, or that you can't use some really kind of cool theories or strategies or examples. What they're actually saying is that you want to make sure that everything you're writing is simple enough that a 10-year-old could understand it. If a 10-year-old could understand your email and understand that you want them to click on something and that in some way it's going to benefit them, you've done it right. Okay? Now, a lot of people worry because they think that that means that their email will come across in a way that talks down to people, but actually it doesn't. It just comes across in a way that's really easy to read. Okay? And it's really, it's almost like you kind of look at the email and you go, oh, thank goodness, it's someone just trying to be simple. There's no smart examples, there's no kind of things that you have to really think about. They're asking you to do one simple thing. And so it makes life as a consumer, as a potential purchaser, much easier, because you're not focusing on doing lots and lots of different things, you're just focusing on one. So for example, over the last 5 days, you've had an email from me every single day to let you know what was going on in the challenge. Now, if you notice, the only email that has had 2 separate links was yesterday's, which had the social media scheduler and also had a link to a cool sales guide as well. So that's the only email that's had links that could potentially confuse the buyers. Everything else has just one link to click, and usually that's either to the Facebook group or it's to something additional that is going to benefit. And that's what your solo mailer should look like. Okay, so that's your first thing. Be clear, don't try to be clever. Or be smart in terms of thinking about what your ideal client actually wants to read on the page, but don't try and, you know, use really odd metaphors or anything like that. We're not trying to be the next kind of, I want to say Agatha Christie because I'm British, but, you know, think of a really good writer, J.K. Rowling. Okay, we're not trying to be J.K. Rowling. We're just trying to write a really good solo mailer that encourages your audience to click on the link and come and join you on a discovery call. Yeah? Okay, cool. The second thing is, everybody likes bullet points, okay? You will see on my emails that I will always put in bullet points that will either be numbered 1, 2, and 3 for things that I think are really important, or it will be just normal bullets. And the reason that people like them, that they go down so well in emails, is because a lot of people just kind of scan their emails. So they're like, oh yeah. but the bullet points jump out as being the bit that is the most important and the bit that they need to read. So things that you want to be putting on bullet points are things that are results driven, things that are metric based, things that are designed to stand out and make your potential client or the person who's reading actually take the action. Okay, so that's the thing that's designed to help them go from being, oh, this is a nice email, to committed to taking that call to action that you've asked them. Okay, awesome. And the third thing is, it needs to sound like you. Okay, so if you are one of those people who writes a really, really professional email, and then you get on the phone with somebody and you're like me and you're kind of quirky and a little bit kooky and kind of like, oh yeah, really happy, a bit like a Labrador, then you probably need to think about how you're shaping your emails. Just make sure that they sound like you. If you're somebody that struggles with that, really think about the way that actually you talk, and maybe think about recording what it is that you want to say and then framing it into an email or a Facebook post later. Okay, good. So let me walk you through my highest converting email for booking discovery calls. Okay, so I don't know, I'm going to turn this around so you guys can read it, and I don't know whether you can screenshot it, but obviously the copy is mine, so if you kind of send out something that looks exactly like this, people will know that it's my copy. So make sure you use it as a template, but probably don't just write exactly the same thing. The bullet points tip is a top tip. Thanks, Jess. I literally thought someone was going to put that in bullets, so that's amazing. Thank you. Okay, cool. So you can see this one here. If you're in my Facebook group, I obviously say hello first. If you're in my Facebook group, you'll know that I've been asked a lot of questions recently about all the cool stuff that I do behind the scenes of my business, and you'll also know that I'm completely opening the doors and letting you into my business brain. And then there's a nice big picture of me smiling so that people can see that I look happy about what I'm about to tell them. Now this is where the email gets interesting, and this is where you can see that I identify with what my client or potential client is feeling and what their potential pain point is. So here we go. You see sometimes as entrepreneurs, sales feel overwhelming. You don't want to be a tire-kicking car salesman who pushes people into buying from you. You don't want to be the Wolf of Wall Street-esque out of integrity and dishonest seller, and you can't seem to figure out what your own selling style is. So I target what their pain point is. I address that and say, okay, this is what you don't want and this is what you're concerned about. And then I say, hey, this is how I can help you. So there you go. See, this week, I don't want to just open my business doors. I want to genuinely help you build a sales funnel that feels authentic, honest, and more importantly, helps you convert prospective clients into paying customers. And it's not going to cost you a penny. Okay, so you can see there, I've offered them an immediate solution and the opportunity to click. Everybody likes clickable links because it's interactive and it makes them feel like they're doing something, or they're going to see something that's going to be exclusive, that's going to be cool, that's going to be interesting. Okay, so you've got something there to kind of catch their eye. Then we go down. I've got my Superwoman cape on and I'm ready to go. Yes, I want a Superwoman cape. If anybody wants to send me one of those, please do, because I absolutely love them and would really, really like to own one. Okay, so just think about it for a second. What if you could develop a sales funnel that ensured you? Here's where I use the bullet points. See the cool little bullet points that are popping up. And I'm talking about metrics. I'm just going to turn this around because my hand's shaking. So here's when I go into metrics, when I'm talking about the bullet points. Okay, and I say, just think about it for a second. What if you could develop a sales funnel that ensured you doubled the amount of clarity calls you booked each week, up the price of your programs or packages to charge what you're really worth and feel amazing doing it, double, triple, or even quadrupled your yes rate. Now, I'm a realistic kind of girl, so let's make conservative estimates here. And then I give another set of bullet points and I say, if you your number of clarity calls doubled from 5, that's 10 opportunities to meet and welcome ideal client program. Your yes rate goes from 20% to 40%, and it means that when you normally be selling one package, you'd now be selling 4. And if your program used to cost $2,000 and now you're charging $3,000, that means that you were previously earning $2,000 a month, but now you're actually earning 8. Okay? So I talk to them, I tell them what the difference is, and I give them, and this is where you are now, or this could potentially be where you are now. based on my conservative estimate. And this, if you do what I'm telling you to do in this email, this is where you can be. And so what I do is say, now you're a genius, you're ready to step up to the plate, you're ready to own your business in 2016, and you've decided to take up my offer to share all my secrets on how to streamline your sales. Now this is a totally free 20-minute conversation where you're going to tell me all about your sales process, and I'm going to tell you how you can tweak it and improve it to make it feel more authentic, stop feeling icky, make more sales, and start changing the lives of even more people. So that is what I use to actually send out to my list to talk about the free 20-minute assessments. And that has had the highest conversion. That's the email I send every time. And it's because it has the highest conversion every single time, without question. There are, let me have a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 opportunities for them to click the link to the assessment. 6 opportunities. But that is the only link contained in the email. So there's nothing else for them to do. They don't have to click on a Facebook group. They don't have to click on anything, no passive product or anything like that to sell. They just have to click on the link for the sales assessment, okay? I love this. Everybody loves bullet points. Yay, Jane, you love bullet points too. Everybody loves a bullet point. Okay, cool. So that's how you want to templatize your email or your Facebook post. And I want you to be thinking about how you can actually do that in your industry. So what you want to be thinking about is, okay, what is their pain? Identify their pain right at the top, okay? So if you're a relationship coach and you're thinking, okay, well, my people, their problem is that they can't find somebody to, or, you know, they're dating, but they can't find the one. Address that right at the beginning. Do you feel like you're stuck on Tinder while everybody else is in on a Saturday night with a film? Okay? Do you feel like you're on the merry-go-round of dating, but nobody's coming to pull you off? Yeah, really identify with their problem and identify with what they actually feel about that problem. You know, how does it make them feel? Do you feel like you're sat on the shelf, but everybody around you is seeing success in the dating world? You feel like it's just you. You feel kind of awkward about approaching people online. Guess what? Here's a solution. Come and sit with me for 20 minutes and we can totally revamp your dating profile and get you something that makes you look like the amazing person you are. Now, I'm not a relationship coach, so obviously my pitch isn't going to be as strong as some people's, but can you see how the template works? Identify their problem, talk about how they're feeling, talk about how you can solve it, okay? And I think these are the key 3 things that you need to be thinking about when you're looking at booking discovery calls this week. When you're thinking about emailing your list, you need to be really, really clear on the fact that you are identifying their problem, talking about how they feel, giving them that solution. And again, the bonus of the way that this frames into an email is very similar to the way that we kind of talked on Monday, on the first day of the challenge, where we talked about how to make your message viral in terms of making it measurable or giving metrics, making sure there's something eye-catching in your graphic, and making sure that you relate it, you made it relatable, you made it personal. This is very, very similar, but the way that this targets people is it targets their specific pain point. They're already on your list, so they are a warm lead. They're not somebody that, you know, is kind of looking all over the place. They are directly with you. They want to be associated with you and they want to get to know you better. That's why they've signed up. Now, if you don't have an email list yet, don't worry about it, because you are going to use this either in your own Facebook group or in the 5 groups that you most associate with, okay? Please, please, please think about it. If you are, you know, if you're kind of thinking, okay, well, I've been posting over the last couple of days and I've been having some engagement, you know, I've been really engaging with people, just remember to stick to the SUS schedule, okay? Just remember to keep showing up and sharing, keep showing up and supporting, and make your selling the last bit of it, because what you're doing is trying to give 80% value, 20% promotion every single time, okay? So your challenge today, should you choose to accept it, I get such a kick from that, is to actually craft your own solo mailer. Either in email, go out to your email list to book in for these 20-minute sessions, or in a Facebook post either to your own group, and you can even do it if you're feeling really jazzy. I hadn't thought about this before, but if you're feeling really jazzy, you can even do it as a video, okay, where you identify their pain point, where you talk about how they're going to feel before and after, and where you offer them the solution in the form of your amazing 20-minute assessment. Okay, cool. Any questions? Typically I've run out of water. This is ridiculous. Can't get the staff. Are there any questions on that? Are there any questions on how to frame your email? If anybody wants a copy of the template, let me know and I will make sure that I send that out to you so that you have a copy that you can work with. Any questions, any questions, any questions? I think you know this question is coming. I already answered it. This is the thing. Facebook live stream has a delay. Can we get a copy of the email example you showed us? Yes, yes, you absolutely can. If you're on my email list, you will have had it before. But if you're not, don't worry, because I will send it out tonight again to my email list. And tomorrow I will come back and I will let you know what the conversions look like. But you guys are all on the you guys are all on the challenge, so I'll make sure you get hold of a copy of that email so you can see exactly what it looks like and how the template is framed. The only thing I'd say is, you know, use the template absolutely, but don't write the same email because it will just be hassle when people come back to you and go, hey, that looks really similar to Jess's email. Because in this weird online world, we are all interconnected. Okay, so make sure you use the template to your absolute advantage. Just don't copy it, because that'll be awkward. Any more questions? Any more for any more? It's like a little Friday dance-off over here. Are there any more? No? Yes? Maybe? You guys are doing really, really well though, because you're sticking around each day for like 25 minutes, so I'm seriously impressed with the dedication for this challenge. And I'm also really impressed by the amount of people who've been booking discovery calls and assessments and turning them around, so well done. You know, I sent out in the email today, there was Sarah and there was Tanya, who'd kind of got in touch with me yesterday in the group and said, yeah, I've booked, you know, discovery calls or I've booked an assessment and things like that. Today obviously we've had Neve, who's you know, changed somebody's life, it seems, with her assessment, because it seems so transformative and amazing. So, you know, people are seeing results, and if you're not seeing results yet, don't worry, just keep doing the things that we're talking about in the challenge, because things like this, especially if you're at the start of your journey and you're not as visible yet, you will take naturally a little bit longer. Okay, so that's totally fine if that's where you are. Neve, I literally just saw a comment that said, are you cool like me? And I was just like, clearly not. I wear flares. Do you know how to post with bullet points in Facebook comments like I do? Are you cool like me? Do you want me to show you? I would love you to show. I would love you to show me, actually. I think it's something, I'm on a Mac, so I think it's something with control and shift and all this kind of thing. But yes, absolutely. If you can put that in the comments for people, that would be really useful. Okay, cool. If there aren't any more, hold down the Alt plus Option key whilst pressing number 8. I can't do it obviously right now because I'm doing this, but I'm going to read that later and I'm going to check that out. And then you will see bullet points on all of my Facebook posts. Amazing. Okay, my lovelies, if there aren't any more questions, I am going to go, but I will be back, like Arnie, tomorrow with another email and another challenge and some more news on discovery calls, and I'm coming back with something really exciting on Sunday, so make sure you stick around. The last few days of the challenge, they're going to be a lot easier in terms of the things that you're going to be doing, because it's all going to be based on all the work that you've already done this week, so it's going to be much simpler for you, and it's going to be kind of chilled because it's the weekend. Do you get to see me in flares for that tip? No, you said you were going to book 10 discovery calls, so that's not how this works. So really sorry, Neve, I'm just going to stick to my boundaries here. If you book 10 discovery calls, I will be in flares with some kind of leather jacket and a wig and some kind of sunglasses. I've got it all planned out. So if you book the 10 discovery calls in the next 2 weeks, that will be me. And maybe I'll do the Saturday Night Fever dance as well. We'll see. See how I'm feeling on that day. Jazzy. Okay, awesome. In which case, I will make sure that I send this email out to my list now so that you have only a couple more to go. Check you out, lady. You're on fire. Okay. Now I'm getting worried. Best dig out those first. Okay, good. So what I'll do is I'll send out the email. I will send it out to my list. You guys can have a read through it. Use the template. Use it for your Facebook posts. Use it for your emails. And let me know how you get on with it. If you need any extra support, remember to post it in the group, send me a message or pop me an email, and I can help you out. Really looking forward to seeing how everybody's getting on. Super, super excited about the stuff that we're going to be doing over the weekend, because it's going to be fun and it's going to be relaxed because it's the weekend and nobody likes working weekends, right? Okay, awesome. I will see you all later on. Have a good fun.